All right, so welcome to our Zoom tonight. This is our normal powwow. It's every Thursday night. We have a special guest tonight, Tamika Davis, who is going to talk to us about enrolling customers, and then I'm going to be talking about enrolling distributors. So the two of us, you're definitely going to find something that you can use and apply right into your business. So I'm super, super excited that you are all here. If you can just say hi in the chat. And Esther can't hear anything. If anyone can reach out to her and help her connect to audio, but say hi in the chat, say where you're from, say how long you've been in this business, and have you enrolled, if you've enrolled at least one customer and one distributor, drop a 1 in the chat. And if you have not enrolled at least one customer and distributor, drop a 2 and say that you're ready to learn and go. Awesome. All right, Tamika, I'm going to introduce you. If you can just unmute and then just tell people a little about you, and you said just go into some tips about enrolling, and then I can fill in with any questions that we have too.
Awesome. Hey, you guys. I'm at my daughter's T-ball practice right now. So she's out there playing, and I thought, well, this will be perfect. I'll just sit in the car and I'm able to do this call. That's the beauty of this business. So my name is Tamika Davis. I've been in this business for 6.5 years now. I live in Wyoming and I'm a triple diamond. And, I reached out to Courtney, what was it, like a week or two ago? And I was like, you have got to tell me how you're signing all of these distributors. You've got to do a team call for me or something. And then she's like, okay, well, in exchange, then you got to do customers. And so we were like, let's just put them together and let's just do like 30 minutes of each and share all of our tips and advice and things that we have to just really help us boom our businesses, especially going into the summer. And so when I first started this, I was a high school math teacher and soccer coach. I literally worked sun up to sundown. I didn't even get a prep hour because they needed me to teach another math class. And I was just working for everybody else and I had nothing left for my family. And so my friend from high school had been posting about this business for about 10 months before. And I signed up and I was a customer for 3 months. But I just remember after I was a customer, she asked me if I'd ever consider doing this business and making money. And I told her no right off the bat because I had a real job. I went to college, I had a degree, I had done everything right. And so I told her no, but I continued to watch and continued to be jealous because she just kept going with it. And it just seemed like so much fun. And that she got to be home with her son, and our kids were the same age, but I never got to see mine. And so it was on December 31st of 2014 where I was like, fine, I'll give it a try. What do I really have to lose? If I can at least make enough to cover my products, then I'll be good. And that's really the whole reason why I started, in hopes of making $50. I knew my work ethic and that I could work that hard to make sure that I made that. And within 7 months, I was able to replace my teacher income. We went double in 13 months. We went triple in year 3. And here we are in year 6, pushing for presidential. And it's just been a really incredible experience. And so I'm just really excited to be here. And I love our customer program. Like I said, I was a customer when I first got involved with It Works. And I think it is genius if you understand how to work it. And I want to help you guys sign as many customers as you possibly can. So I want to know in the chat, how many customers have you signed so far this month? Go ahead and drop it in the comments. I'm going to real quick come and check it out. But when I think about signing customers, I think of it like catching fish. Okay. Do we have anybody on here that likes to fish? Hopefully you are familiar with the idea about it. But if you want to catch more fish, you've got to have more lines out in the water. You've got to have different kinds of bait, and you've also got to have different kinds of methods. And so if you can kind of just like imagine you're out on the lake, or maybe, you're going to fish from the boat, but, how are you going to catch the most fish is the more lines you put out, the more bait, the different places, the more you're going to do. Okay. And so when I think about like different locations. Okay, so where are the different places that you could go fishing? And TikTok is huge right now. Most of us are using Facebook, Instagram. So these are like our different fishing locations. And if you are not fishing in these locations, then you are missing out on potential fish that are only going to sign with you. And so if I know sometimes my team has been really reluctant to start on TikTok, and I'm like, you are missing out on like just free people, because there's not really algorithms. There's not really words necessarily. Like they haven't like, what do you say? They haven't like shut us down as much as they have on Facebook. Okay. And so, there's Snapchat, there's WhatsApp, there's LinkedIn, like there's all these different places. You guys can even market on YouTube. I've been able to sign customers just by sharing different videos and with a following that I have on YouTube, that people are coming to me and asking me questions. And so these are all of the locations that you can fish. So are you guys part of at least three fishing spots? Okay. For me, my three top ones are TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. Okay. Now the different baits that you can have. Okay. This is you throwing your line out in the water, and the different baits that you can have is you can be making posts, obviously, on Facebook, Instagram. You guys should be utilizing the live video feature. If you're not going live, you guys, you don't really want to catch fish. Okay. We know that that is the way that Facebook wants most of our content to be seen, is through the videos. And so live videos is a great way to be able to get more lines out in the water. If you're not utilizing stories, okay, stories is a way, reels, your TikTok videos, drop some that I'm missing. Okay. Like these are all of the different ways that you can fish. And so where did I go? There you go. Let me check real quick. Okay. So, after you've got your different lines out in the water, the next thing that you're going to be working on is you're going to be working on reeling the fish in, right? So all of a sudden, host to post. Yes, thank you. I have that written down. Host to post is like the fish food of the gods. Okay. If you're not using host to post, that's like number one. If you're not using host to post, then you don't really want to catch fish. Okay. So you've got all of these lines out in the water now, right? And all of a sudden you got a bite. Someone comments on your post, someone votes on the poll that's in your story, someone DMs you about a post that they saw, or maybe like a referral from a friend, or someone's commenting on a host post, right? So now you've got a bite on your line. And so what do? You reel it in. Now, if you're an amateur fisherman, you're like, oh my gosh, I got a fish. And you're like reeling it, right? And then all of a sudden the fish gets off the line because like you were way too excited and you scared them away, right? Like the fish got off the line. But with every fish that gets off the line, it's something that you can learn. It's something that you can do differently, And so, as you're reeling in the fish, I like to think of it as like, that's the conversation that you're having. And all of my conversations are always the same. Okay. I always open up with a hello message. Hey, thanks so much for commenting on my post. Thanks so much for voting on my poll. Thanks so much for commenting on my video. Okay. And I always tell them thank you. And then the next part of it is, can I send you some information about this product that I have? Okay. I always ask permission before I send them the information. The other part that's good about that is it allows them to respond to you. I got put in Facebook jail last year because my host posts were blowing up, and I was like, hey, let me tell you about this product. Boom. Hey, let me tell you about this product. Boom. And I was getting marked as spam, and I was getting like declined Facebook friends so many times that I actually got kicked off of Facebook. And so I learned that I need to ask permission. I need to say, hey, thanks so much for commenting on so-and-so's post about weight loss. I'd love to share with you more information about the product I offer. Is that okay with you? And of course they always say yes, because they're the one that commented on the post. So then they comment back and they say, yeah, sure, that's fine. The next step that I always do is, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Okay, because they're taking time out of their day, and I want to thank them for it. So they say, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And then I go into the information about the product. And if you guys are not part of the closing scripts board that I created, Courtney, I don't know if you've shared that out with your team or not, but the closing scripts board that I created is the exact closing that I always do. So then I give them the information about the product, and I always end in a question. I was told this a long time ago, and it stuck with me ever since, is the person who asks the questions is in control. Okay, the person that asks questions is in control. Now, I'm smart about the questions that I ask, because the questions I ask, I already know the answer to. The answer is yes. I'm very strategic in the questions that I ask. Okay, and I never answer a question that wasn't asked. Okay, I'm not going to just spew information over them. I'm not going to tell them what I think they want to know. I'm going to lead them through my conversation. And so I'm going to say, here's the information about the product. And then I'm going to say, is this something that can help you? The answer to that is yes, because they told me that they wanted weight loss. They told me that they wanted to shrink fat. They told me that they wanted to lose weight drinking coffee. The answer to that is yes, it is something that would help them. So they always say yes, and then they say how much. And so then I go into the closing and I say, it normally retails for this, but you're going to get it at this cost. Here's how the program works. You're going to get a new product each month for 3 consecutive months. This allows you to get my discount, waives the $50 membership fee. How does that sound? Okay. Once again, I'm asking a question. So what's the answer to how does this sound? It's either, yes, it sounds good, or no, I don't have the money. because I already know that that sounds good, because I already know that they want it, but either they have the money or they don't have the money. Okay. When they have the money, then, oh my gosh, you've almost got your fish to shore, collect their information, put their order in. Okay. Or send them your website, whichever way you guys like to do it. You've got your fish almost there. Right. Let's say that they don't, let's say that they like don't have the money. They say, no problem. When's a better day for you? And I can reserve your spot. They give me a day when they get paid, because I already know that they want it. They give me their day. I collect their information. I put a little sticky note in my planner. I sign them up on that day. That's simple, you guys. I don't overthink it. Okay. If they're like, oh, I just can't really afford it right now. Okay, no problem. Like, I always take the pressure off of them. No worries. And if they don't have the money, I can easily go into a host post right then and there. I actually have a cash giveaway happening on this day. And if you're willing to just make a post for me on Facebook, you have an opportunity that you could win that. Okay. And I can have them do a host to post for me. I could also say, like, hey, I get it. That's actually the whole reason why I started this business, so that I could actually afford my products. Would you be open to an extra stream of income? Boom. Talk to them about the business, right? It's really that simple, you guys. Once you get a fish on the line and you start, you give them the information, you give them the price. They're either going to say yes or no. And they say yes, you get their information, or you get the date that they want it. If they say no, you got to figure out why. Okay. And so, that's how I sign customers. And Courtney, you can interrupt me at any time if you want to, but that's how I sign customers. If people are commenting on a host to post, or if they're commenting on a post that I've made, or maybe even a story slide. If they vote on a story slide or swipe up and type a word, it's always like, hey, thanks for commenting. Hey, thanks for voting on my poll. Hey, thanks for viewing my stories, whatever it is. Okay. So that's one way, is when people comment.
I do have a quick thing for you. So you know how like you have people coming to you or from posts and things like that. If you have a generic like weight loss post, or a generic like post about trying a product, how do you decide like what to recommend them?
Oh, so like who's what? So yes, qualifying your customer is really important. So if I have made a post that's like, who would be willing to, or who wants to lose 20 pounds in the next 90 days, comment below. Okay. So I'm going to message them and say, hey, thanks so much for commenting on my post. I'd love to help you lose some weight. How much are you wanting to lose? And I'll get their specific number. And then I'm going to qualify them. Okay. What's harder for you, diet or exercise? And then from there, I can kind of go into, okay, if it's diet, then I can kind of go into the carb control. We need Thermophyte X for metabolism boosting, maybe a coffee to meal replace, slimming gummies. I mean, whatever it is. If they say exercise, I'm pretty much recommending the exact same products, because all of our products for weight loss are the same. But that way I know better how to sell it, how to present it to them. And so asking questions, a couple questions that I always ask is, how much do you want to lose? I will ask the question, what have you tried before in the past? Because then that way I can say, okay, here's how ours is different. Another question that I like to ask is, how quickly would you like to lose it? And are you willing to make healthier lifestyle changes? And what I found is, if you ask questions and you seem, which you should be, invested in their results, then they're going to have more trust and faith in you. If you're like, oh, you want to lose 20 pounds? This is what you need. Like, you're putting a Band-Aid on, like you're just doing a one size fits all. And that just doesn't work. So the more, you don't want to ask too many questions, but the more you can kind of qualify them and be invested in their weight loss journey. How long have you been trying to lose it? What have you tried before in the past? How quickly would you like to lose it? How committed are you going to be? Those types of questions, then you'll be able to recommend the products. And the products are always the same. It's just the way that you present it.
I love that. And someone just said in the chat, so what is your like first recommendation then with someone who has limited exercise? Like, do you do more? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, burn the extra calories if you're not doing it already on your own. And even if they are.
Yeah, we've always just done like, do you drink coffee or tea, and how much do you want to lose? So I absolutely love the idea of like qualifying. I think that's going to be, like you said, it's customer retention too.
Absolutely. So I'm going to go into, I wish I would have written more notes down. How to sign a customer with reach out messages. Okay. So I love cold messaging. I love it. If you don't, you have got to change your mindset about it, because it is not cold unless your heart is cold. Statistics say I work most of my business on Facebook, And statistics say that less than 7% even see your post. And so if you're making posts and you're so frustrated and you're posting stories and you're so frustrated that nobody's seeing your post and nobody's commenting on it and nobody's this, that, or the other, quit being a sad Sally and go do the work yourself. Okay. My husband, when he goes fishing, he throws a line out, he reels it in. He throws a line out, he reels it in. He throws a line out, he reels it in. Like, he loves lure fishing and he loves to be on the move. He just loves to just fish in different places. Anybody else? Do we have any fishermen on here? Can you guys just drop a fish in the chat or write the word fish if you're on your computer? I just need to know. Do we have, like, are you guys feeling me on this? Okay. So that's my husband. Okay. That's my idea of the reach out message. The reach out message is when you throw a line out there. Okay. I'm throwing a message out there. Hey, I don't know if you see a lot of my posts that I share on Facebook, but I'm looking for 2 product reviewers and I thought you'd be perfect. Would you be willing to check out a list of the products I offer? Okay. All I'm asking them to do is check out a list. Okay. Because they most likely don't see the post that I'm even making. And so I'll just go through my Facebook friends list. I'll sort it from oldest friends first. And I just work my way down the list. I go look at their page. I make sure that, like, life is okay for them, you know, that someone didn't just die or they're not going through something hard, because I've done that before and I felt horrible. So I always look at their page first. And then as I'm scrolling their page, I kind of think, do they need a good vibes message? Do they need a, maybe I'll just have them host a post for me. And then that way I can kind of introduce them to the products. Should I just ask them straight up about the products? Do I think they do really awesome in this business? And so I look at their page and I decide what message I'm going to send. Most of the time it's that, I don't know if you see a lot of my posts on Facebook, would you check out a list? And people always come back and they just say, yeah, sure. Okay. And so when they say sure, I send a little photo of the products that we offer and I say, let me know which ones stand out to you more and I will give you the information. Once again, they tell me what products. I use that closing script. I get them signed up. Now, what'll happen sometimes if I send that message is I'll get left on red all the time. Okay. How many times do you throw a line out in the water and you don't catch a fish? You don't even get a bite, right? That's normal. In fact, it's going to happen to you more often than not, where you're going to get left on red. And then sometimes I get told, no, thanks. I'm not interested. Okay. Now here's the game changer, you guys, is when someone says, no, thanks, I'm not interested, you have no information. And so if you say, okay, thanks, bye, then you're not a good business owner. Okay. Because you have no information to even work off of. Okay. If you're guilty of that, take your wrist like this and slap it, because here's what you're going to do from now on. Okay. You're going to say, that's totally fine. I appreciate you responding. If you don't mind, can I ask why not? Okay. You're going to ask them why not. And it's not to sell them anymore. It's to get you some information. And you know what they're going to tell you? They're going to say, I tried it before and it didn't work. Okay. Well, what did you try? What results were you hoping to get? Because how many people just signed a customer to sign a customer, but didn't actually qualify their customer for the right product, didn't actually help them use it. Maybe they didn't use it consistently. So if they say I tried a product and it didn't work, you need to dive in a little bit deeper. Okay. So that's one that I get all the time is I tried it before and it didn't work. Sometimes I just don't have the money for it. Well, we haven't even talked about what product you want. We haven't even talked about the cost. So what do you mean? Like, you don't even have the money for it, but yet you went to Starbucks yesterday. So I know that you have the money for it, but you just don't have the value. And so if they say that, then I'm like, oh, well, I actually can get you into a drawing to win some free money if that's something you're interested in. Or, I was in the same boat, and that's actually the reason why I started this business. So I could use products, or I could have the money to be able to afford my products. And so same thing, you guys, like, you've got to combat the objections, and you've got to, what do you need? Yeah. You've got to combat the objections and figure out why. You've got to get the information as far as why are they telling you no? Because otherwise you have nothing. Okay. Anything with that, Courtney?
Sorry, I thought I was unmuted. I was just looking at your son kissing your shoulder. It was so cute. No, and I think, like Sabrina just said in the comments, guys, that just having like the way Tamika is describing this is she has the control of the conversation, right? Like, she doesn't let it go to chance. She doesn't say, oh, like, if you want, or let me know, right? Like keywords like that, where you're like passive, that's not closing the sale. If you use the closing scripts board, which I copied over into our boards as well, guys, it's all from Tamika's closing scripts boards. It's literally like, do you want to know my discount for 90 days? Like, here's the pricing. And she explains it in a way that people are like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, sign me up. So just make sure that you know that flow of that conversation going into it, because that will really help you like seal that deal.
Yeah,
Awesome.
absolutely. And like go through your scripts before you start sending them. Like go through and like read them so that way you know the process that you're going to go through, and it's not like a fish out of water, like you don't know what's coming next. Like you should know what's coming next. And especially if you're brand new, like the fish are going to get off your line when you're brand new. I mean, I screwed up a whole bunch of sales, but I also like got some lucky ones, where I totally word vomited and didn't follow the script and gave the wrong pricing, and I still signed them. So, you just learn by trial and error for the most part. And so the last thing, if you want to get, or one of the last things, if you want to get better at responding to objections, read the book Closer Survival Guide by Grant Cardone. That gives you hundreds of different rebuttals to objections. Okay. The Closer Survival Guide by Grant Cardone, that will really help you. And then, always assume the sale. Sometimes my team screenshots me and they asked a question and then somebody gives them a thumbs up and they're like, oh my gosh, I don't know what a thumbs up means. A thumb means, heck yes, I'm interested. Like, assume the sale. Okay. If someone comes back at me and says, is this It Works? Anyone ever get that one? Is this It Works? Heck yes, this is It Works. I'm so proud of these products. I love them so much. Like, if you don't love your products and have confidence in them, why should people buy from you? And that comes over time. But that's something that you can fake till you make it, because you can be proud of the company that we have, that they put time, effort, and energy and the best products or the best ingredients into our products, and they try and keep it at a competitive price point. And like, our company is the best. And so you just need to make sure that you have that confidence and that you're assuming the sale. Okay, like everything is a yes unless if they say no, but even then it's a yes. It's just a not right now. Okay, everything is a yes, let's be honest. Okay, and so then the last thing I want to talk about is self-sabotage. I feel like this is something that's important to kind of talk about. But when I go fishing, I don't touch the fish. Okay, like I don't get it off the line. I am not gutting it. Like, I am not doing those things. And so I never went fishing until I had my husband there with me, who could teach me how to do it. So now if I want to go fishing with my kids, I can go fishing with them, because I can take it off the line as long as I have gloves on, and I can put them in a bag and I can take them home, and I know how to clean them. I'll do it at home. I won't do it at the lake. Okay. And so for me, being prepared to know what happened after I caught a fish made me more confident to catch it. Because what you can find is if you got a loyal customer on the line, you might internally do some self-sabotage. It's like, oh my gosh, I don't even know how to sign a customer. Oh my gosh, I don't even know how to take care of a customer. I don't even know how to answer their questions. I don't even know how to use this product, so that way I can teach them how to do it. And you might self-sabotage that customer right off your line because you're not prepared for it. And so, go in and try and sign up a customer if you've never done that before. I made a video, it's on my YouTube, of how to sign a customer. Go watch it. Like, go figure out how to sign a customer so that way you're prepared to do it. The next thing I would say is, what are you going to do when you sign a customer? My thing that I do is I have a spreadsheet on on Google Sheets, and I put my customer's name, I put their ID number, I put where I move them. And so when I send a customer, it's copy paste their ID number into this form, so that way into the sheet, so that way I have their information right there readily available. All my customers' passwords are the same, and so I go ahead and I put them in that spreadsheet so that way I can keep track of them all. Okay, the other thing that I do is I send all my customers a little thank you card. I made a photo from Vistaprint where I put their ID number and password, and I mail them a little card with an energy stick, and I tell them thank you. And then each month I personally choose to follow up with my customers and update their orders, and I message them each month to say, hey, I'm updating May orders. Would you like to keep yours the same, switch things up? Here's a video that can teach you how to do it. And I take really good care of my customers, because that's the bread and butter of our business is, the customers. And so how can you have really good customer retention that makes them want to stay a customer with you, so you don't have to keep repeating it every 3 months, so you can keep them long term? And so I just say, be prepared for your customers that you're going to be signing. Like, what's your system, what's your process for getting them started? Just like you do for a distributor, what's your system, what's your process for getting them started? You need to have the same idea for your customers. So that's all I got for you guys.
She's like, that's all. It's everything that like everyone needs right now. It feels like so good. There's so many things that I don't do that you do. And I'm like, you sign a lot of volume. I know that, like, your volume is crazy. And this is just something that I feel like I can take and learn, especially the sending a postcard. I don't do that right now. And I know I've always wanted to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm at home so I can get some postcards made. So you guys, if you want an idea of it, I can get the picture from Tamika and like share it with you guys. It's in the VIP page. So I'll grab that and send it with anybody who wants that too. Does anyone have a quick question in the chat? Drop a 1 if you have a question that you want to ask Tamika really quick before we switch over to distributor focus. Esther? All right. Esther, can you either unmute yourself or type it in the chat really quick?
Yeah, I had typed it in the chat, but I figured she probably didn't see it. Hey, Tamika.
Hey.
So my question was, I got this today from someone. She did end up doing an API, but no matter what I did, she kept saying, I know myself, I'm not gonna stick to the 90-day. Let me just do it one time. So what is an answer to that to try to get them to do the 90 days or to, because I told her about our VIP group. I told her about our accountability. Our team is very big on accountability and things like that. And she swayed a little bit, but then she went right back to, I'm not going to stick with it. I know myself. I've done it before.
So with those people, I definitely charge them retail. I'm not giving them my discount. They can try it at a one-time price or a one-time order, and they can pay full price for it, and then they cannot use their products if that's what they choose to do. But people are going to value what they spend. And, sometimes I'm like, okay, it's not right for you. And I won't even sign them up, because I want our products to work. And if they already are in the mindset that it's not going to work, then it's not. And I'm glad that you asked that, because I was going to say too, as you guys are making posts and stuff, how can you provide more value to your customers? One thing that I've done is like in the past, when I first started this, I created like a 5-day meal plan, or an exercise routine where maybe you could go on YouTube and find some different exercise videos that you could send to your people. Like, how could you create kind of like a little extra freebie, a little extra value to go along with their products to really help them get results? And, if you can create some kind of guide to set them up for success using the products, then maybe that would help. But, for someone who's just like, no, you either can pay retail or the products aren't right for you because you're not going to use them anyway. And I'm a red personality, in case if you couldn't tell that, a red-green personality. So I'm just like a matter of fact.
Definitely green, because I'm like over here showing my mom like your newsletter. I was like, I love this so much. Like, I know, like,
you subscribed.
Yeah, I signed up because I'm all about it. I'm like, I love everything that you're putting out there, and it helps people in general with, if they're using your products too, to get that added support. That's a huge thing. Like, that's like, honestly, they're gonna help you guys seal the deal even more. For our team, if you're on my team, we have the page with Jade called Simple Proven Results, and it has like a guide section with added tips for them to really excel at using their products. If you have a happy customer, they will stay, right? Same thing she was just saying about, like, oh, they'll pay retail, but if they have the mindset that's not going to work, it's not going to work. And this kind of goes in perfectly with distributor signing of mindset, because mindset's a huge thing. Awesome. So guys, leave comments in the chat. Tamika, do you have anything last to add about customer, or you want me to go right in to DT?
I want you to go in, but I want you to share your story a little bit, because my team doesn't know you.
Yes, for sure. Okay. So sorry guys, it's a little dark out here. I'm outside, so my mom's dogs aren't like barking their heads off. But my name is Courtney VanAuken. I've been in this business for 4 years now. I'm presidential diamond.
You take the spotlight off.
Oh yeah. Oh no, we don't want to see your beautiful face. Hold on, let me remove. Oh God, now it is really dark. Wow. Yeah. It's fine. I'm dark and blurry, but we're going to go with it. Okay. So I've been in this business for 4 years now. I'm presidential diamond. Our team's pushing for ambassador this year. And when I started this business, honestly, it was just like extra money. Like, I was looking to be able to travel more. I was always someone who worked all the time. I had a corporate job. I had 2 part-time jobs. I was getting my master's degree. Like, I was super busy. And I just wanted that extra money to be able to take those 5 vacations a year, to take that PTO time when I was able to take that PTO time, and not put it on a credit card, right? Like, drop a 2 in the comments if you have credit card debt, which I'm sure a lot of people do, right? Like, I had a lot of credit card debt when I started this business because I just put things that I wanted to do on a credit card without thinking about that long-term like effect, that interest that I was gaining every month. I was not thinking in that mindset. I was thinking in the mindset of, well, I want to live, I want to travel, I want to have fun. So this business, honestly, it was my thing, like to help me provide an extra income to be able to do those things, but not in my mindset that at that time I thought it could be something that paid off all of my credit card debt, which I realized later as I went through with this business. So I started without any experience. I saw a post on social media. If you saw a post on social media and you are now a distributor, drop a 3, because this is going to go back into like exactly what I'm talking about tonight. So this is perfect, right? Everyone, unless it was word of mouth or a friend or a mom or a sister or like a daughter, it's usually a post on social media, especially right now with this, everything's been going. Social media marketing is huge. So I saw a post on social media. I actually look back now, and the girl who added me, her name is Melissa. She added me in October of 2016, and I signed up as a distributor in January 2017. So only a couple months later, she just added me from a random group that we were a part of. So if you've ever added anyone, or if you came from a group, a mutual group, same thing for my story. And I quickly like promoted. I went Ruby within my first 2 months. I went Emerald within my first 3 months. I was making that extra income that I set out for, and then I felt comfortable. Right. I wanted like $200 a month with this business. I was at $1,000 a month by that time in my first 3 months. And I felt really comfortable. I was like, this is more than I expected. I had no experience, no network. Like I had no idea what I was doing. I just followed the training and I followed what my enroller was doing, right? Follow success leaves clues. So follow people who are successful in this business, like Tamika was talking about with customers, and I'm going to help you guys with distributors. Follow like what we're doing, and you will be able to do what we're doing as well. So that next year, it was like a year, that next year, it was January of the next year, a year in, I went to conference. I went to an event because if you want to be successful, you should surround yourself with the people who are successful. And conference for us is huge. So if you don't have a ticket to conference in the fall, definitely get that conference ticket. It was amazing for me. That next month I went diamond. The month after that, I went double diamond. Like at that point, having that income on top of my full-time job's income, it was paying off my debt. Like I was starting to pay down my credit card debt finally. That next year I went triple diamond, and life happened, and I ended up, that secure job that I thought I was going to have for a while, I ended up being laid off. And at that time though, I built this business to triple diamond, right? While I was super busy, I was still able to build a business. So don't think just because you're busy and you don't have time and you have like kids and you have a job and you have school and you're moving, like all these things that I was going through as well, besides the kids part, I have dogs. Besides those things as well, like that was something that fueled me just to be able to fit this in more efficiently, right? Fit this business in more efficiently. So 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, just using my time. Thank you, Mom. Using my oh, I thought you were taking it. Oh, you are?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I was like, thanks for the light. Using my time more wisely to be able to have this business built with an income that from my social media to help me do the things I wanted to do in my life. So thankfully, I was at Triple when I was laid off. And then that was the moment. It was June 2019. I said to my fiance, who was my boyfriend at the time, I was like, okay, like this is it. Like I either find another corporate job, which I was going to hate my 9 to 5. I knew it. I hated all my jobs in my 20s. And I was like, for real, I did. I hated everything I did. But I was just going through the flow, like finding that next job, getting the promotion, climbing the ladder. And that was the moment I was like, I can go find another job that I hate, or I can go all in with my business, right? I can go all in with my business. And I think this is a mindset switch. If I had years earlier, I would be further ahead than I am at now. But it took me to the point where this was my only ship, right? Right? Burn the ships. You ever hear that saying? You burn the ships. This was my only ship. This was my income source. So I was like, okay, I can go with this all in, or I can go find something else and do this as a side gig still. I went all in. I made a dream board for June 2020. I literally said within a year, I'm going to be presidential with the company, right? Second highest rank presidential, and then also buy a motorhome, pay off our credit card debt. I had like these big goals for myself. And at that time, I had no idea how the heck it was going to happen. I had no idea how the heck it was going to happen. But within that month, June 2020, was when we got engaged. We bought a motorhome. We ended up paying off all that credit card debt that we had, over $40,000 in credit card debt. And then I was promoted to presidential in the company. So the next highest rank is ambassador, guys. So set your sight high, right? Set your sight high. Like, what rank do you want? Yes, Ruby is awesome. Emerald, awesome. Diamond's awesome. Great. Do you guys want to be ambassador, right? Like drop a 3 in the chat if you want to be an ambassador diamond in this company, insert income disclosure statement, averaging $30,000 a month from your phone, right? Everyone in this whole Zoom right now, all 56 of you should be dropping 3s, because this is going to be something that seriously like can take you there, but you have to believe it first. And that's going to be complete mindset right now. What I'm going to be talking to you guys about enrolling distributors, it's literally just your mind. It's just how you think. It's the power of thinking. It's the power of attracting. It's the power of what you're putting out, you're going to get back. And that's it. It's not a secret sauce, a secret script. You can send the same scripts as I do, which I'll give you 100% give you guys all my scripts, but you can send the same scripts as I do. But if you don't have that mindset that this is going to benefit you and you're going to help someone and you're going to change their life, just like it's changed mine, just like this has probably changed yours or it's going to change your life, then it will never be successful for you if you don't have that mindset. So now this is where we at. We are a presidential team. We just went to conference online, right? Like everything's been changing. We're doing it online. Everyone's getting their ticket for the fall conference, right? Drop a 4 if you've got your ticket for fall conference, and pushing for ambassador. So I'm so thankful that I'm here to talk to you guys. And I actually went live on my team page today about mindset. And I think this ties in so well with what we're going to be talking about. Tamika, do you want me to just go right into some tips for signing? Just interrupt, you can just interrupt me, of course, whenever. Okay, so I am going to first give you guys, actually, I'll give you guys my scripts as we go, but let's talk about some tips. Okay, so right now, if you went to your Facebook and you went to your Instagram or you went to your TikTok, wherever you work the platform, right? Like Tamika was saying, YouTube, if you went to your YouTube, whatever that is for you for working this business, if you went there and you scrolled back for the last like week, do you have anything with your face, right? Do you have any pictures of you? Do you have anything, like this is a self-audit. You should be doing this like weekly. Do you have things about you, talking about your story and sharing your story and like what you're working towards and what your future is going to look like? Does anyone, if I went to your page right now, would I want to join your team? Like this is a huge thing, right? What you're putting out there is what you're going to be attracting. If you're posting a stock photo and then never talking about the business, do you think you'll ever have distributors? Right? So every day, I want you guys to start doing something called life posting. So every day you need to be talking on your feed and on your stories about the business in some shape or form, whether it's something simple like I just went grocery shopping and now the income from my business that I'm going to be earning is going to cover this grocery bill, right? That's something simple. You can take a picture of your receipt and your grocery bags and smile and put a quick filter on it and talk about that, right? Or if it's something like, what you're struggled with, right? Like I used to struggle with not being able to pay my grocery bill and wondering if my card was going to decline or if I hit my credit card limit for that week. Like, you know what I mean? Like you can get more deep. Totally fine, guys. You can get as raw and real as possible because you're going to have more people relate to you the more raw and real you're getting. But even in the simplest form, you can say you're sitting on the couch hanging out with your dogs, making an income from your phone and talking to people, right? So there should be no way that you miss a day sharing your journey and sharing your story.
And I just want to like reiterate, like, go look at your page. Like you want to know why you're not signing distributors is because you're not even on there and you're not even sharing your stuff. So like, I love that this is your first tip because that's number one is like, what are you putting out there? So I love that.
100%. And like when you're training a new distributor, right? When say you're new in this business, guys, I'm sure one of the first things you learn probably on Tamika's team or my team is that you're doing host to post and you're like talking to people and you're getting the word out there about your business. But the main thing that you should also be doing right away is sharing your story. Right away. Like the first post talking about like how you joined a business, a life post, right? On your first day, how you're going to be starting, you're excited for your new adventure. And then going into in a week, be like, I made some sample cash this week and it's going to be covering my nail appointment. I don't know, something simple, like something that just like shows people every day that you are open for business. Yes, you're posting about products. Yes, you're talking to people about the products in the business. But if you're posting also about sharing your story, then you're open for bringing in a team. And bringing in a team is way more fun because the moment that you have someone on your team, you're not just doing this for yourself and your family anymore. You're doing it for them and you're changing their life. And like, how great is that? Like, let's look on the other aspect, right? Say you're not posting, you're not talking to people about the business. You're not letting it be known that you have something that could help that mom who's struggling and needs to pay off her debt, or trying to find a job, or that family who really wants to, let's just go, like my mom, like wants to build a pool, an in-ground pool, right? Like extra money to be able to have that. Like, just think about the story, like it's going to help you with, and think about how many more people in the world, since we're in 26 countries, that you can help buy the business. The best product that you sell, and you better be passionate about this, this is huge. The best product that you sell is the business opportunity. The best product that you sell is the business opportunity. That should be number one on your list. If someone says, what's your favorite product? You better be saying the business opportunity. Like, being able to provide financial freedom, or find an extra income or a side gig for someone who's struggling, someone who doesn't have any other way, right? Like, anyone can do this. You don't need a college degree. You don't need a high school diploma. Like, we've had top leaders in the company without even a high school diploma. So anyone can be successful at this, as long as they have that passion to change their life. So yes, like she just said, make sure you go check your page. Think of yourself as a brick and mortar store. And every day, we talk about this all the time. Every day you have a brick and mortar store, right? If you want your brick and mortar store to have traffic and have people coming in and going to your boutique and buying your clothes or whatever you're selling, what would you do to get the word out there? Would you just sit there and hope they come when they have no idea you're even there? You're just a random building in an alley. Like, no one's going to know your building is down there if you're not advertising, if you're not talking about it, if you're not getting the word out, if you're not telling your mom's friends, sisters, sibling, you know what I mean? Like, think about like all the people you could be talking to in your life. That's why we wear the shirts, right? Like right now I'm wearing a shirt that says dream. I don't even know what it says actually. Hustle, dream, something, it works. But like, if someone saw my shirt, they'd be like, oh, what's that? What's it works? Like, what works? Right? Or skinny coffee. Oh, your coffee helps people like lose weight. Like, what's skinny coffee? Like, things like that. You can be wearing stuff, right? That's going to help you be able to talk about your business opportunity. You're posting every day on your page and your stories. That's talking about the business opportunity. How does someone know that they could do what you're doing if you're not talking about it too? So go today. Did you post anything on your stories about you working a business on your phone? If you didn't, right after we get off this Zoom, go do it. Take a boomerang, or do it right now. Take a boomerang of this Zoom with us hanging out here and say, I love being able to make an income on my social media and learn from amazing people, right? Something like that. So you can be like, you're hitting two birds with one stone. You're saying you have a business opportunity, and you're saying that, oh, wait, they have all that support and help. So if I wanted to do that too, I'd get support and help, right? Like, really quick, every time you're on a Zoom, you can do something like that. You can be talking like when you go grocery shop and taking that boomerang. You can be hanging out on the couch with your dogs or your kids and taking a quick like video. I always try to show my face. It's been a crazy week for me. I did go on my story today. Yes, I did. I went on my story with my face and I videoed and I talked about the business opportunity. I tried to do that as much as possible, but I set my phone on hands-free story and I put it in my car when I was in the Starbucks drive-thru today. And I was just talking about working from my phone. So just no matter what, make sure that's part of your story. The best product you have is your business. I'm reading a book right now. So you guys got the book from Tamika, right? You guys all took notes and are you going to put that in your Amazon cart? It's definitely in mine. Here's another one I want you to add. It's called The Game of Life and How to Play It. It's 100 pages. Honestly, like 110 pages. I don't even know. It's like very short. It's very short. So there's no excuse. I don't have time, whatever. You guys can get the audiobook if you have to, probably listen to it in an hour, but it's 100 pages. It's very small. It's very short. It was made, like published in 1925. The Game of Life and How to Play It. It was published in 1925. So since 1925, someone's known that positive thinking and positive mindset gets you everything that you need in your life. Like, seriously, it's crazy. So there was this quote I said on my team page today, and it was like something that it's funny. It has a little rhyme to it so you can remember it. But this is so powerful when you're going into a distributor conversation and just how you get your mindset right. You have to, number one, I do wonderful work, right? So number one, I do wonderful work. So you have to believe it, that you do wonderful work. You're passionate about your business. You are ready. Like you know that if the best product you have is your business opportunity. So I do wonderful work in a wonderful way is number two. In a wonderful way. I do wonderful work in a wonderful way. That's because you're having that positive mindset. You know that what you're doing is going to help someone, right? Those conversations you're having, going to help someone. Those posts you're making, it's going to help someone. It's positive. You're excited about it. The stories you're putting up, it's going to help somebody, right? Just every story you do is going to reach somebody. That's number two. Number three, I provide a wonderful service, right? So that can go right back into what she was saying about customer service and retention. I provide wonderful service. For wonderful pay. Number 4, for wonderful pay. That's the main thing that ties it all together. If you want to make an amazing income with this business, first, you have to believe that you do wonderful work. Then you have to believe that you're doing it with a positive, I mean, you don't have to believe, you have to actually do it with a positive mindset, right? Keep your cup full at all times. Provide wonderful service. This is the conversations with customers and distributors, which we're going to go into distributors right now. And then for a wonderful pay, to make that income that you want to make, just think about talking to someone about this business and how it changes their life. Did you guys know when you sign a distributor, right? Drop a 4 if you knew this, because I want to see how people know. Drop a 5 if you're like, I have no idea what you're talking about. When you sign a distributor and you help them get their first 6 customers, first 6 loyal customers, they get a shopping spree, $150. They get a paycheck, they get a shopping spree, they get all this cool stuff. Do you know what you get? Everyone's already dropping 4s. Thanks, guys. If people that know already dropping the 4s, but if you don't know, you're probably like, okay, 5 maybe. You get a $150 cash bonus paid out the next week. So say you signed up your husband today. Let's just say you sign up your husband as a distributor, right? And by tomorrow, it's follow-up Friday. So all the conversations Tamika was showing you guys to have and telling you to have, go do that tomorrow. Go follow up with everybody, sign them up as customers. If you help your husband get them, or you help whoever you signed up as a distributor get those 6 customers within their first 30 days, next Thursday, next week, you would get $150 in cash. That's insane. Now think about that. I'm going to tell you guys that right now, there's no difference between you and me, especially with $39 codes, that you cannot sign 10 distributors this week or this month, right? Like, you just have to have that mindset that I can do it. And then guess what? Once you have that mindset that you do wonderful work in a wonderful way, provide wonderful service with wonderful pay, if you have that mindset and you're going through that book and you're just reassuring yourself that you know what you're doing is going to help someone, then you're going to go have those conversations. You're going to go do the back end work in order to sign people up as distributors. Okay. So life posting, number 1, go look at your page to see if you would actually join your team. And if you wouldn't, make sure every day a non-negotiable is talking about your journey and where you're going. Follow me, follow Tamika, follow other people in the company about how we're posting and mimic what we do. Do it on your stories as well. Then you're going to have that positive mindset because you know that this business is the best product that we have. Then you're going to be like, okay, let's break it down, right? Tamika, like, you guys like numbers. Everyone likes numbers, right? You're here to make money. So if you help 10 people start this business this month, just say this month you help 10 people start this business, only $39 right now. So you should be able to find 10 people for $39. 10 people to start this business. How much money in bonuses alone would you make? Anyone drop in the chat?
I know.
If you get $150 each person, how much? You're not supposed to answer. Let someone answer. Thank you, Tamika. My mom's screaming 1,500 in the background too. Thanks, Leanne. So yes, $1,500. So what would you do with $1,500 this month if you made that in a bonus? Like, what would that go towards? Your credit card, your groceries? Drop in the chat. What would $1,500 go to for you? Your rent, your mortgage, that RV that you want to buy? You want to come travel with me? There's a lot of room for you guys out on the road. Come on, let's go. Savings, back rent, car, mortgage, student loans, Botox baby. That's my mom again. Botox baby. Pay my trailer off, groceries, mortgage, new ATV. Yes. Okay. Now, can someone tell me what all of these things in the chat are? What are those? What could those inspire every day for you? As you're working your business, what could those inspire? Life posting. Yep. Potential distributors. Yep. So you guys already know what you should be talking about every day, because that's the things that you want, right? That's just only one thing that you want. I'm sure there's a whole list. If someone said, hey, we're going to grant some wishes, 30 wishes. If I said, hey, Chelsea, hey, Christine, hey, Chastity, hey, Leanne, like, if I could grant you 30 wishes right now, what would it be? And you made a list of 30 things and they're all going to come true. That's 30 days of posting ideas for you to recruit distributors. You have to just be talking about yourself, because people that are reading your posts and relating to you, and when you have conversations, they're going to see themselves in your shoes. They're not going to be like, oh my God, there she is talking about that business again. They're going to be like, oh wait, maybe I should do that. Oh, maybe I should go do that. Oh, maybe so-and-so should do that. Like, people are so selfish that they're going to relate themselves in whatever you're talking about in messages to them and on your post and on your page. Okay. So let's go into a conversation. So I'm going to see if hopefully I can copy from my computer, my phone right now. My phone's about to die. So I'm going to show you guys my conversation, and it's not anything special. I've been using this, and I've already I've already brought in 10 distributors this month so far this week. And I've been recruiting at least 30 distributors every month since November. And that was a mindset thing. Like that was a mindset thing last February, I think it was, or March. I was bringing in about like 3 to 6 distributors a month, always in my business for years. And then I started becoming really good friends with Jade. And she said to me, why aren't you bringing in 15? I was like, 15? Like, what are you talking about? I can't bring in 15 distributors to this business. And she was like, yes, you can. It's the same thing you're doing. You just have to do more of it and have more conversations and believe that you can do it. And follow up, right? Follow up's huge. You have to be following up. With a distributor conversation, it's not always instant gratification. So a customer you can 100% sign quickly. You're gonna have customers that you put in your planner, right? Like Tamika was saying with her Post-it notes or sticky notes. But distributor conversations, you'll get some people that sign up on the spot, especially with $39 codes. But for usually the $99, which is what I paid to join this business too, some people need dates. Okay. So some people, like, it's not as instant. So that's where some people stop, right? You might have like, oh my gosh, I have 5 people who want to sign up for the business on Friday. And then you're like, I'm good. I don't need to talk about the business anymore. No, you got to keep going. Because those 5 people that are going to sign up on Friday, I bet like 4 of them are going to tell you that a bill came up and they can't start anymore. Or they'll give you a new date for the future, right? And you get that one person or maybe not any. So you have to keep going. You cannot rely on your follow-up list, but you want your follow-up list to always be growing. You want your seeds to always be planting. Every conversation, if you're talking to someone about a product right now, have you offered the business to them? Right? You talk to someone about the gummies. Great. You're having the gummy conversation. You're sending the scripts out. They're like, yes, I'm ready to order. Did you offer the business at all within that whole conversation? Before they sign up as a customer with you, why not ask them if they'd rather upgrade for $39 more right now and become a distributor and make an income from their phone with you? And then it will waive that 90-day fee, right? Then they can start learning how to promote the products that they're going to be using, because the best distributor is someone who's using the products anyway. So why not ask that customer before they sign up with you if they would upgrade right now for 39 bucks, one-time fee, and become a distributor on your team? I can show you my upgrade message too. All right. So first of all, if you're talking to someone about the products right now, this is my upgrade message I send before I put their order in. It says $99, but you guys get the gist. You can change it to whatever promo they have. Okay, so that's my message. And if you're on my team, guys, it's in the distributor conversation board. And then when I'm talking to someone about the business, right now for me, I make TikToks every single night. I had one blow up this week, so I haven't made TikToks honestly the last 2 nights, I don't think, because I have one that's like going crazy. But it took me a while. I started in October 16th was when we sold our house and we moved into our motorhome full time. And it took me 6 weeks of posting consistently on TikTok before one exploded. And then I started signing distributors from that. I ask people from host to post. So say you are asking someone to post a status for you, they end up saying like, yeah, sure, like I'll post that for you. They put it up on their page. As soon as they post it, I'm right away asking them if they would be interested in information on the business. That's always something that I've always done. Here we go. And then like Tamika said, of checking in on your customers. When I'm checking in on my customers, I'm always talking to them if they'd be interested in the business too. If they've done 1 month, 2 months, they finished a 90-day challenge, always offering that business. Always have it in your mind, right? If your best product that you sell is a business opportunity, that's going to be your go-to always, every single conversation. Okay. You can sign 10 customers at 100 BV each. And what's that? 1,000 BV, right? 10 customers at 100 BV each, 1,000 BV yourself, 100%. You can totally do that. But if you signed 2 distributors and that helped them each get 500 BV, that's going to be way long-term growth for your team and helping other people make this income as well. Plus you get the 150 bonuses in the meantime. Does that make sense? Drop a 6 if you're still with me and that makes sense. And I'm going to show you guys my conversation really quick. Okay. Perfect. You're not. It's like I still hear you. It's fine. Okay, guys. So if I'm talking to someone about the business, right? They wrote back saying, "Yeah, I want more information on it," or they wrote back saying, like, "Yeah, I'll like let's upgrade or whatever." I'm gonna go into describing it first, and this is exactly how I describe it. It's pasting from my phone. And then for us, we have a potential distributor page that Jade made. So I add them into the VIP lounge that we have and have them watch a couple videos. I don't even wait for them to watch the videos though. That's like an extra seal the deal type of thing. Some conversations, like I signed a distributor today. I left that part out. Oh shoot, it didn't copy. Sorry guys. This is the most important part. There we go. Okay, so they say yes to that, and then I'll either decide like if I want to add them. Did it copy? Is it blank for you guys? It worked. Okay, it looks blank for me. It worked. Okay. And then if they say yes to that, I either add them to the VIP lounge or I just go right into my next part, which I described the kit price. And whenever it's $99, I'll just say 99 instead. But since right now it's 39, you guys can take advantage of that. I just described the business. And then I always say if they didn't answer me for a little while, maybe like a half hour later, I always say I have one left and it's going to come with training and skinny brew samples to cause a sense of urgency, right? It's like stealing that deal. Now, you guys want to make sure, just like Tamika was saying, you have to make sure that you are following up with people. You're going to have people that give you dates for Friday, next month, next week. You're going to have people that say they're going to sign up and then they don't answer you. That's totally fine. It's not a lost cause. Once you have that seed planted, right, with a customer or a distributor or someone that's whatever you're talking to, whoever, it's a lead is a lead, right? Think about a lead being a lead no matter what. And that conversation that you're having about the business or the products, you want to make sure that it's never a dead end. It's never going to be over. If they were already interested in the products or the business, it's never going to be over. So if you're talking to someone about the gummies and they haven't answered you since you were talking about price, offer them the business in a couple days. Send a message saying, hey, I know we were talking about the gummies, but would you be open to the opening I have on my team to make an income from your social media? Right? And if you're talking to someone about the business, like this conversation we're having right now here, and it goes to a dead end again, in a couple days, be like, hey, I just had an opening last minute for these new slimming gummies. My customers are raving about them slimming your waistline, and they're clinically proven. Do you want to try them out at my discount? Right? Just switch up that script, switch the conversation, never leave a conversation dead ended. Worst comes to worst, which is worst comes to worst, there's no worst here, but you can ask someone if they'll post for you and do a host to post for you, right? And then guess what? If they post for you and their post ends up blowing up, hey, remember we were talking about the business? Did you just see how your post did? You'd be awesome at doing this. Why aren't you doing this with me yet? Right? Constantly doing it. And just like Tamika does, I love that saying, a cold message is not cold if you don't, unless you have a cold heart. That's awesome. I'm definitely that's going to stick with me because I send messages out all the time, whether it's, hey, I have an opening on my team. Would you like more information on what I do? Or, hey, I saw you viewed my story. Do you want more information on the business opportunity that I was talking about? Just offering it to people on social media, right? Social media is meant to be social. So you should be talking to people about what you have to offer. And if you have it in your mind that this is awesome, I do wonderful work in a wonderful way, I provide wonderful service for wonderful pay. If you have that mindset and you go into every conversation, you're going to leave that conversation with something, whether it's a customer, a distributor, or a host to post, or just a new friend, right? Good vibes messages, like she was saying, random kindness we've been doing on our team too. Like just someone that you're making a connection with on social media. And maybe they're not that person for you, right? You can sign a distributor, guys, for 39 bucks and maybe they stop talking to you. It's fine. It happens. But you're going to have a rock star every now and then or not. That person is just going to lead you to somebody else, right? That everyone comes into your life for a reason. Every post you see for a reason, you're here for a reason. You wouldn't be here unless you saw that post or that got that message from someone or you reached out to someone about the opportunity. Think about that as you're working your business every day. Are you providing are you doing a disservice by not promoting what you have to offer, right? Think about every day how you can be spreading the word about what you got, the products that you have, the business that you have, and how you can reach more people. That's 9:00. I'm so sorry, guys. I was going to leave room for a question. Does anyone have like one question, or Tamika, do you have a question, or did I cover it?
I just want to say, like with both of the information that we shared, it's nothing new. If you're not signing, it's because you're just really not doing the work. Like it's just a matter of fact. If you want more, you got to do more. And you have to quit making up excuses and you have to quit working in fear and in your comfort zone. And you just have to go out and do it. Like you talk about a lot. It's just a mindset. So it's your job to do the mindset work. So that way you can have the success that you want. It's really that simple.
Yeah, it's like having that list. So whatever that is for you, if it's a 6 list or it's like post message follow up, grow your network, like whatever that list is to grow your business, guys, like there's no secret message. There's no secret sauce. Like you could say the wrong thing and to the right person. You could say the right thing to the wrong person. You know what I mean? Like there's no secret sauce. It is 100%, like Tamika just said, a mindset. Do you want to sign customers? Do you want to sign distributors? Do you have a daily goal? Like go pull out your planner right now and plan for tomorrow. It's Friday. It's Friday. This is the perfect time for the Zoom. It's Friday. I know you have another Zoom too. Sorry. It's Friday. So if you want to go right into, hey, tomorrow I'm going to sign 3 customers and 3 distributors, Write it down on a piece of paper. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and go after it, right? Have your eyes set on what you want, have the mindset to do it, and then go, like Tamika just said, do the work to back it up. Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you. Seriously, thank you so much for being here with us tonight. And guys, if you have any questions for Tamika too, just send them to me and I can ask her later. And it's same thing. If your team has any questions later, send them to me. Got it. Thanks, guys. Love you all.